friends, and welcome. Today we are here. Wow, that was really brutal. I shook there. Hello friends and welcome back. Today we are here to watch Angel. It is season 2 episode 18, which is called Dead End. My accent really comes out with this phrase, huh? Dead End. Did that sound better? I can't tell. Anyways, what I think is interesting is that this is the final sort of episode of Angel before we finish up season 5 of Buffy, so we're gonna be away from Angel for a while. What this makes me think is that right now, I feel like this episode is going to be sort of like a monster of the week, but then I do think that in the next one, because it's going to have to lead up to like the end of the season, I feel like we're gonna have to see Darla and Drew again, right? That is my hope. Those are my dreams. I'm not awfully confident about that because, well, there's something very fun that's coming up, which is a spoiler. So if you have not finished Angel, here's my warning. Do not watch this part of the discussion. Just go straight to the reaction. But anyways, my girl Fred is coming up, and I know she's coming up, and I'm really excited. And like, I was really thinking about that quite a bit, like earlier on in the season, where I was like, oh, this is gonna be weird because this is like the final season of Angel that I can watch that like I haven't seen before, because then we're gonna be going into like rewatch territory. Because in case you missed it, I watched sort of all the episodes of Fred, which means that I always say that I started in season 3, but I'm 99% sure that Fred appeared in the season 2 finale. I think I remember that because those were Fred-centric episodes. I know my girl Fred is coming, and I'm really, really excited about that. I was thinking a lot about it, and then Buffy happened, and I have no more thoughts other than, like, you know, Buffy and Joyce. So I'm dealing with all of that really fine, by the way. Like, in case anybody was wondering, I'm totally chill, super fine. Really, really good. But anyways, the whole Fred thing was to say, because I know that the finale sort of, I think, was focused on Fred, and, like, Lauren, if I'm not mistaken, sort of. I don't think Darla and Drew are in the finale. I don't think so. I feel like the closer that we get to like the points of Angel that I have seen, the more conflicting I'm getting with my predictions, because these are things that I'm starting to feel like I probably should know. And I do not. Anyways, the only predictions that I wrote for this episode, which were less of predictions and more of like manifestation and hopes and dreams, were that I want to see, I wrote, give me Faith, Darla, Drew, Kate, or the lady from 204, which is a very random request, and I don't think she should be in the same level as the other characters and how badly I want to see them, but I was editing 204 yesterday, and, you know, there was just something about that woman who was so powerful, and they were so trying to create her into an assassin, and I kind of wanted to see where that storyline was going to go, and I was wondering if they were going to continue that storyline. Girl, I don't know what I'm saying. Okay, I'm just going to press play on the episode before I keep talking and embarrassing myself even more. I can't even speak. Why? That is Lindsay. That is not Angel. I thought that was Angel. If we're focusing on Lindsay, we gotta be focusing on Darla. Who are these people?
I got him.
And the vitamin.
What? Sir? Sir? Oh my! Please don't cry! This is not a good start to the episode. If we're starting the episode with Cordelia crying, that's... I am coming to Angel for the peace and the fun, okay? Please, take a hint, Angel.
And the current status of Angel.
Angel? He's up, he's down. He's good, he's bad, he's a barrel of dead monkeys.
He's back with his group, sir. According to my sources, he's doing better. In the sense that he's not currently spending all of his time alone on the warpath, trying to kill, well, us.
That's progress.
When are you and Lindsay meeting with the CFO from Lycor?
Oh, I think it's...
Thursday at 11.
Good.
Damn,
Friday we'll be
Lindsay.
reevaluating your division.
They're gonna reevaluate us, and you know what that means. They'll promote one and cut the other. Around here, that's a little cutting.
Yeah.
Nothing lasts forever.
That's deep. Why don't you go?
Lindsay, join me in my office?
She gonna, like, I feel like she would pull something out of under her sleeve, over her sleeve, from her sleeve. I don't know. She's gonna pull it.
I made an appointment for you today. It'll take a while, so I cleared your calendar.
An appointment.
Yes, well, just a, well, you'll see.
I don't know if I want to see.
I'm Dr. Millman. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Hi.
Doctor of what, my sir?
Let's see. Your boss didn't tell you.
No.
They have a funny sense of humor over there.
Yeah, they keep us hopping.
They think the world of you. That's why they moved you to the top of the transplant list. Yes, your hand. That's why you're here. We're going to give you a new one. This is cause for applause. In just a few hours' time, you'll be doing the applauding.
There's no way the recovery is that quickly that he'd be able to applause within hours, right? No. Wait, is this what they want? This is part of the plan?
Okay, let's get on the post-op.
His arm is going to be haunted. Seriously.
She's been pretty quiet. She grunted once around noon, then got on with the maniacal cleaning.
Me after I washed the body. This was me.
Probably best not to crowd out.
Me? You're the one in charge now.
You're right.
That's why I'm assigning this one to you.
Delegation shows a true leader, Wesley. Good job.
What do you want?
We need help. We're not getting anywhere.
I wish it would stop hurting.
Still hurting?
What do you want me to do?
Maybe you can look again.
It's all I've been doing. All day. Where's a book bag? It has a name of a school on it. I just keep seeing it.
Okay, get some rest. Wesley and Gunn will look into it first thing in the morning.
This episode has Cordelia too sad, and this is not okay. Show us the hand. Oh, this is the hand? That is gonna be the other one. Oh, it is.
She's still rocking after all these years.
I take that back, he can definitely applaud.
Don't worry. If a jury ever hears this, and that's a big if, they will be handpicked or enchanted by us.
Why can't people take responsibility for their own problems?
Unfortunately, they're going bankrupt this summer.
It's so weird that
Are you
he's
getting all
writing
this down?
while he's like, yeah. What are you doing? Oh, things just got really interesting.
He's good, isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh my god. I was seeing his hand moving and I thought it was like a continuity error in like the zoom shots with the other man. That's creepy.
We're not doing anything unlawful here, are we?
No. And more importantly, we're preserving your company.
I have to go.
Oh, don't poke your eye.
You had a hankering for turkey, ham, and roast beef sandwiches?
You missed the vegetarian.
Soup and salad, too? What is going on here?
I forgot what you liked.
Why didn't you ask me?
Ow.
Well, you said, why is everyone asking you if they can get you anything? I didn't want to do that.
I love you. And you ought to do that more often.
Buy you
That's
food?
true.
Smile. Before he put the knife in his eye, he was happy. He was happy about his eye. Like it was new or something.
It's the same thing that's happening to the hand.
Someone or something has the power to make them all disappear in a day.
We're at a dead end.
I thought we had more than that. There's only one thing we can do now. The karaoke bar.
Angel's gonna sing.
Isn't there some other way?
There has to be. Think, damn it. Hey!
I love that we keep going back there.
Girl on every corner. So
Sunshine turns the sky to gold.
Damn, sir! I did not think it was him.
Warm, it's always warm here.
He comes here.
He used to come all the time before some caballero chopped off his strumming hand. Looks like he's got a new one.
He's good.
Lawyer's got some pipes.
Why are they all so attracted to him right now?
People gonna pray and sing.
Okay, Cordelia, a little bit less hard eyes. A little bit less. I'm feeling threatened.
Your favorite, TNT, the imported.
Look, I got a crazy man's hand here that wants to kill someone. Maybe me, I don't know. What do you see?
Two enemies, one case, all coming together in a beautiful buddy movie kind of way.
They supposed to work together on this?
Work with him. Work with him.
Oh, Lauren, I love you.
Because right now, he's got your case in the, forgive me, palm of his hand. Toodles.
Doodle.
So we following him, right?
Actually, what we need to follow is his new hand.
Okay.
Wonder who it belonged to. You know, when I was in charge here, nobody questioned my methods or my singing.
You're half right.
All right. I hired a private detective. He's got a friend on the force.
We're supposed to be the private detectives.
We are supposed to have a friend on the force.
We did, but she got fired. Get over it.
Bradley Scott.
Don't talk about Kate if you don't plan on bringing her back right now. Oh. Oh my god, the combo. Oh my god. Like medicine. Ma'am, I don't think this woman is very okay.
This is completely off the record. I had a procedure done at Fairfield Clinic. I know they've paid you to do things for them in the past, and I don't care about that. What I do care about is finding out where they get their body parts.
What's the code?
I don't know the code. We don't need a code. I can pay you.
Oh!
Goodbye.
Okay.
Is that be yours?
No, he's not. Oh, I know I got him.
Nice, Angel.
What are you doing here?
Gee, I don't know, saving your life?
I don't need you to save my life.
Watch what's there.
Hey, a little gratitude, Lindsay, goes a long way.
You got no business. Why?
Stop gesticulating with the gun.
That's my lead. You're choking my lead.
He's my lead. He's my lead. What, are we on the schoolyard here? Come on, look, if you want to get to the bottom of this, you got to learn how to play with others.
Stop crying. This is not okay.
It's like she can't rest in there till it's done.
I know. She inherited these visions from Doyle, but he was half demon. I'm not sure the human body can carry.
Well, she's been a little cranky lately, but it's not like she's
Angel? Where are you? I can't.
crazy.
Are you there? It's just Gunn and Wesley are playing with the doors. I'm trying to work here. Okay. We'll wait here.
None of my business, but you don't seem all that happy.
You know, I know you're Mr. Save a Soul now, but at least you used to throw down with your enemies. What do you want to do now? You want to share?
I guess it's a lot to carry. I mean, losing Darla. Ain't even me, in a way. There's a place to focus your rage. Am I getting through here? You just keep on moping. You're good at that.
Says Angel. The irony, sir. The sheer irony.
You want me to hack into the system and break the codes? I'm definitely gonna
Wait.
get in.
Seems like a big bother. What do you say we just fight, huh? Might want to step aside. Come on. Work off some of that aggression, huh?
Is there a Brazil poster? Montana? DC?
Floor is hollow.
I'm paying attention to the right things, by the way. What the actual fuck is this shit? This is some initiative crap. Oh!
What is this?
My god.
You know what this is. Spare parts for guys like you. A lot to be proud of, huh?
What the fuck?
I know him. I didn't get the name before.
Oh my god, he's conscious?
Wait, worked in the mailroom together. Who do you want to kill?
How are these people still walking? Oh. Angel's really got a thing with fire this season, huh?
It's just, they're starting to take a toll. It's part of the job, right?
You have made a lot of great contributions, and I know you've tried your very, very best.
No.
Lila, please. They chose me. I'm clearly the guy, but you didn't have what it takes. An evil hand. I mean, come on. Who here does, huh? Leon doesn't. Charlie doesn't. You do know you gave me an evil hand, right? It's crazy. Anything could happen.
Alan?
Alan, how are you? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, it's gonna hurt in the morning. Come here. Stop it, evil hand. Stop it.
Oh my god, sir!
Charlie! But if I would have been in your shoes, I would have chosen Lila. Let me tell you why. Do you have any idea the hours this chick is logged in? Huh? The files she has on you guys? She's everything you ever dreamed of. Lila is your guy. Me?
Damn.
I'm unreliable. And besides, I'm leaving, so if you want to chase me, be my guest. But remember, evil. Charlie.
What is his obsession with the Charlie?
Let's amend the minutes. Lila Morgan was promoted.
Where's Lindsay going, though? What does he mean he's leaving? Damn, he really does mean it?
So you're here to talk me to death?
I just came to say things don't always work out like you think. I bet Wolfram and Hart aren't too happy losing one of their best and brightest.
I hope you're not waiting for me to tell you that I learned some kind of a lesson. That I had a big moral crisis, but now I see the light.
No. If you told me that, then I'd have to kill you. No. I'm just here to say bon voyage. Don't come back.
That's what you're here to say, okay.
I'm glad I didn't have to do something immature here.
Key to Wolfram Hart. Don't let them make you play their game. You gotta make them play yours.
Thanks.
Okay.
Keep that in mind.
Okay. This is interesting. I just feel like this episode really did not end how I thought it was going to end. I will be back in a minute to discuss this with you guys.
And we're back. I guess you guys didn't see this coming. Neither did we, to be honest, because we decided to do this last night. Like, I texted Domi, I was like, hey, are you recording tomorrow? And she said yes. I was like, do you want to quickly do this as well then? Because now this is the last time we're actually going to be in sync.
For reals this time. Yeah. We lied last time, but in our defense, we thought it was going to be the last time, and then it just so happens that again we were going to record the same day.
Like, Mads, we don't know her.
I don't know. Anyways.
Anyway, let's talk about the episode. What did you think about it?
It was so hard not to ask you this when we joined the Zoom room. I hope you know that. That was the first thing that I wanted to ask you was, so what did you think? Because I feel like I didn't feel that much urge in asking what you thought about the last Buffy episode because I feel like I knew. I was like, of course you have to love this episode. It was amazing. This one, I feel like, is more up to interpretation. And I like it, but I don't love it. I don't know about you.
you see, I love Lindsay because I love
Yes.
Christian Kane. So I really like the
true.
episode.
You
I
you
love
said
Christian
you love
Kane.
him. I forgot about
I
that.
love Christian Kane so
We've
much.
yeah.
And I'm so sad because if he's actually gone, I want more of him. I just want more of him. And Angel was like, don't ever see you coming back here. Like, Angel, shut up. Don't say that to him. Why would you say that?
How dare he?
God, I love him so much.
Listen, I love Lindsay's character. I really do. I feel like it was Blind Date, right? Was his episode in the previous season. I think that was one of the best episodes of the season. It made me fall in love with his character. And then maybe because I had that in my mind, I was like, I'm not sure it was as good as that episode, but I still think it was pretty good. It's not that I hate the episode. It's just that I don't know if it was my favorite of the season. I'm coming off really harsh right off the bat. I'm so sorry.
No, that's okay. I mean, it definitely isn't the favorite of mine of this season.
Yeah.
There were some epic episodes so far.
Yeah.
But I think I prefer this over Blind Date.
Really?
I think so.
Interesting.
I just like the story. I like the story more. Like,
Yeah.
I like the villain more. I like that it was, about Wolfram Hart harvesting humans. Like, that was so messed up. At the end, I was like, bitch.
It was right out of like a sci-fi movie. Like, that one shot where they're like, walking in and it's like all the freaking like that was
it was crazy. And then their eyes were open. Like, I didn't even realize it at first. Just like a little bit later, I was like, oh my god, are they like awake? I thought that at least they would be asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Insane.
Horrible. Kind of horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do think
so I
the
just
story...
prefer the story for this. Yeah.
And that,
I think it was more
I agree.
dramatic.
I think the story for this one was a lot more fascinating, a lot more interesting. But I feel like the complexities that came up with Lindsay's character in Blind Dates to me were more interesting. I just, like, I hadn't seen him that way, and I feel like that episode completely shifted the way I saw him, and that's why I really like it. Whereas this episode, I feel like I already know that he has his complexity, so it's not coming as that much of a surprise. But I still thought, like, what you said, like, the story was really original, and I feel like it really puts Wolfram Hart in, like, a whole new light of, like, fucked up shit, really. Like,
they're crazy. They're like, what?
They're insane.
And like the fact that like the guy was probably a lawyer maybe as well, because Lindsay said that they worked in like a mailroom together.
Yeah.
And like maybe he wasn't able to advance because he wasn't good enough, and then somehow ended up here as a lab rat. The implications, it's insane.
That's not great. That's like, how people say that like entry-level jobs can sometimes not be the best to work in the mailroom, where Wolfram Hart takes it to like a whole new level. Because I don't want to work in that mailroom. Because... And
God,
also...
no. I mean, Wolfram Hart is like not a company you want to work for anyway.
Yeah, not really. Except they do have really good health benefits if they're paying for your transplant when you don't even have to ask. Like...
Yeah.
In America,
that's
a really big thing, I think. I've heard in the grapevines.
Yeah.
But I also thought, like, it was really interesting that, like, I think this episode really established Wolfram Hart as, like, really even more fucked up than we could have imagined. And something else that stood out to me is when they were talking about, like, buying off the jury or something, when they were talking about, like, about that case. And they were like, oh, it's fine, everybody's gonna, they're gonna do whatever you want. And I was like, how messed up is this, like, because it's a company, like an institution, like they can, like, you know what I mean? They just
they can get away with anything. Like, it truly does not matter.
Yeah.
Like, the only thing this matters to them is like what's more beneficial, right? Because they're gonna win either way. Like, it doesn't matter what route they take, like if they want to go to trial or they want to settle or do whatever, it doesn't matter, because whatever they do decide is gonna work out, because they have all these mystical powers. Which, when they said that the senior partners will eat them alive, like someone said that line, are the senior partners the monsters? Are they monsters?
They could be.
Because I think, the episode where Angel wanted to go to hell or whatever with the ring, he said that he wants to go there to meet the senior partners.
Yeah.
So, like, I think they might be monsters, and they would have actually eaten them alive if they found out that they were,
I don't doubt it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, are they actually monsters? Like, because I really want to meet the senior partners.
Yeah.
But I think they might be monsters.
They very much could be. I mean, who else? No, actually, I feel like humans would be this fucked up. I was gonna say it makes sense, but no, I think, yeah. Anyways.
Yeah, definitely.
I feel like I started off dissing on this episode so hard and I'm regretting everything I said because it's not that I don't like it, and now I feel like
I mean, you said that you like it, you just don't love it, which is fine.
Okay. I feel like usually when I don't like an episode, I like to discuss it first and then I'll explain. Because it's never like I don't like it, it's just that I don't love it as much as the other one. So I like to discuss it first so that I don't like throw things on people like I did
like,
now.
I hated this. What do you guys think? Bye.
Your hatred.
That's the review. It's like, this was awful. Goodbye.
This was you watching the body though.
Oh. Body, I was like, I don't think so. Goodbye.
Anyways, I don't know why I'm thinking about that.
I don't know. It's definitely not my fault because I didn't send you down a body spiler like a few days ago. That was definitely not me who did that to you.
I hate you so much. I hope you know that. I really genuinely hate you. I was at work and Lexi was texting me that she was editing the body and talking to me about it and sending me her thumbnail. And I was like, you can't do this. Like, you cannot do this to people, Lexi.
I'm sorry. I didn't want to be sad by my lonesome.
I get it, but also, how dare you?
I mean, you can text me when you edit the body.
Okay, I'll text you in a year. If we're still alive. Anyways, I kind of wanted to talk about the friendship. I feel like this episode had a really interesting friendship in between like Lindsay and Angel. I'm not sure I can call it a friendship, but it was a different.
Like, they hate to love each other. They love to hate each other.
Yeah,
something along those lines.
Yeah, and I like that they're like so like opposed to each other, and I like that they had to rely on each other for this episode. Like I thought it was really interesting when they went to go see Lorne. And, Lindsay was there, like, it's just a connection that I wasn't expecting to make. Which also, by the way, Lorne, the fact that he's, like, friends with the bad guys is so kind of weird, right? Like, the fact that he's friends with Lindsay. He's the green man.
Oh.
Who owns the...
Oh, I had no idea that was his name.
Whoops.
Okay, anyway.
The green man.
Yeah. The host, right? Yeah.
Exactly. And so I just feel like the fact that he's friends with Lindsay makes me feel like he's probably friends with like other bad guys, if that makes sense.
I mean, I don't think he discriminates at all. Like whoever comes to him and they say he helps them regardless of who they are.
Which is so weird because what if a serial killer is coming at him, like is he not gonna like it's fascinating.
It's like, oh, the serial killer asks, like, where do you think I'll find my next victim?
Exactly.
Lord, I guess it's just like, yeah, 33rd and 1st.
Like, right? I'm
I don't know. That's an interesting question, actually.
Like, I wonder how far he would go and how much, like, because I know that I think he tries to, like, not interfere because it's, like, but at the same time...
usually he just tells you what's, like, what you should maybe know about yourself already.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just, like, more of a subconscious thing, but he also definitely knows things, because I do remember him knowing that Cordy was going to get a vision. Like, he was getting ready to, like, put a little jacket behind her so that she wouldn't hit her head. So, like, it's interesting that he knows more than just, like, being an empath, right? Like, he doesn't just know your feelings and stuff. And I also do remember in that god-awful episode, Happy Anniversary, where one of the guys was singing to him and he could see the face of the guy he was thinking of. So he, like, a mind reader as well. So I feel like he has, like, very interesting powers and we're not just knowing so much about that just yet. So I hope we get to, like, figure more out about him. And, like,
for sure.
Where he is. Like, is he good? Is he evil? Is he just completely neutral? Like, he just doesn't really care? He just helps anyone who comes to him for help?
Because I feel like for me, when I think of somebody being completely neutral, it's just weird because that kind of makes me lean towards bad, just in the sense of like, you know, like that quote of like, if you don't like about the oppressors, in the sense of like, if you're not standing up against an oppressor, you're just like agreeing with them in a way. Like, it kind of just reminds me of that, in the sense of like, if Lauren is faced with some really serious information and he doesn't call the cops, let's say, does that mean he's a bad guy? Like, he's not the one who's doing it, but like, I guess it's really interesting, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Because it's just weird.
I hope we get an episode with him where like he is the focus. That could be so interesting. Like, maybe he comes to Angel for help. Yeah. And because the last time that like he came to Angel for help once, but that was more so focusing on Angel and his brooding mood at the time.
I feel like Angel changed. Like,
he was so, the way he was smiling at Cordelia and Cordelia
exactly.
telling him that she loves him. I fucking died. That was so cute.
It was adorable.
I love the two of them so much. Like, I love their friendship so much.
I know, and I like that, like, I feel like we went through, like, a season 2 phase where Angel was just, like, really depressed, like, really going through it. And then now, you know, I think, like, Wolfram Hart was saying, like, oh, no, he looks happier and stuff. And I was like, he really does. Because we got to see him smile for, like, you know, because I think he smiled in the end of the last episode, too. And I was like, wow, this is unusual now. I'm not used to it. And then he smiled again this episode. It's like, I kind of like to see
like,
it.
Who is he?
I know. Who is this man?
I know. I think he just looks so cute when he smiles, and it's just so rare that it looks so weird on him. I'm like, oh my god, he's happy? That's so weird.
Right? And I feel like it's a completely different character than the one we met in Buffy, to be honest. Because this Angel has so much, like, humor in him that I don't think we explored in Angel, like, at all. Like, in Buffy, I mean.
Yeah.
Did
I
he
think
have,
like, I don't know. I mean,
like, when I think of Angel and Buffy, obviously I have no specific memories other than the fact that, like, I don't remember him really making me laugh. And I feel like this Angel from his show makes me laugh a lot more.
Yeah, I feel like, especially because, like, in season 3, I feel like Angel got to do, like, pretty much nothing. Like, I mean, he was just Buffy's boyfriend. Like, he had no fucking role. And I think that's, like, the most recent I remember him from Buffy, which is why, like, I completely agree. Because I feel like he was definitely just sort of there, not making any jokes, not contributing much. And I think I do remember, like, when I started watching Angel, saying, like, okay, this is already so much better. Like, his character is so much better on his own show. Like, he's interesting and funny and sarcastic and bitchy. I just love it. Like, he's just so bitchy. Like, come on, when he put the little cop's sock on the back of Lindsay's truck, I was like, what a little bitch. Like, I love him. That's so fun. Like, I just like his sense of humor.
Yeah. I think Angel definitely sort of grew on me now that he actually gets to have a personality outside of Buffy, I want to say. Of course, I miss him being on Buffy for obvious reasons, but I do think that, like, this was the right choice in order to be able to, like, develop his character. And, you know, I think this was one of those episodes that really stood out to me of, like, wow, this is a completely different character than the one that we had been presented to. And it feels good to see that he's not, like, because I feel like for a second I felt so stuck in that same place that Angel was in, of, like, you know, going down a spiral, that I was just really concerned for him. And it's good to see that, like, he's having these different, like, character progresses, even though you can think that, like, oh, he's lived for so many 100 years and, like, he doesn't, well, I guess he does have a soul, but, like, he's a vampire, so maybe he's not going to go through, like, as many changes in his personality. He still does, and I think that's fun. It keeps the show fresh, you know? So I like that.
I love it.
I also thought it was interesting that Lindsay gave him some advice when he was leaving, because it felt like good advice, you know, of, like, you have to, like, don't play their game, sort of play your own when it comes to Wolfram Hart. I wasn't expecting Lindsay to be helpful, I feel like, and I wasn't expecting him to give Lila the job either. I don't know about you, but all of that really came as a shock.
I had no idea. Yeah,
right?
I mean, he did look very upset at the harvesting place, but I really like that, because, like, we had this kind of in the blind date, right, where he came to Angel, did the right thing, but went back to Wolfram Hart at the end. So I like that there was a little twist this time around, where he did the right thing, but he didn't go back. He instead quit. Like, what a badass move. Like, he was like, let me grab this gun, shoot
Yeah.
off this foot of this poor security guy, and I just walked out. He was like, bye bitches, I'm off.
Oh my god.
So yeah, I'm glad that that's how it ended. That he's actually maybe willing to change. I just wish we could see him change. Like, come back, Lindsay, please, come back.
I feel this. I feel this. I feel like, no offense, I blame Angel so much for everything that happened on Blind Date. So
he was such a bitch. He's still such a bitch to him.
Yeah, and I feel like if he had given him the support, he wouldn't have gone back. And so I think it made a lot of sense for Lindsay to go back, but I like that right now, I think he kind of understood. In a horrible way, he understood he only has himself and he can't rely on people like Angel to help him or whatever. So I think it makes sense that when he's faced with this choice again, now he's not thinking back on like, oh, like, who's gonna help me? He was just like, yeah, I'm just gonna do it. Like, I'm just gonna do what's right. Like, I think it adds up to the character. But he still looked completely emotionally unhinged. And the fact that Lila also brought a gun there that she was planning on, like...
Yeah, I mean, like, because if she gets fired, she's dead. So, you know, it's fair. Like, at least take some people out with you.
Yeah. But then I was also surprised that Lindsay was so certain that he could quit and not get killed. Because I would be scared to quit because I would think that they would go after me.
Yeah, like, I think they would have in the moment, like, with the security guard, but then, I don't know how he got out, actually. Maybe he shot his way out, I don't fucking know, but...
See, that's the thing. I feel like Wolfram and Hart can do anything that they want to. I think if Lindsay is alive, it's because they want him to be alive.
Quite possibly, because in the first one, like, in Blind Date, when he ran, he stole documents.
Yeah.
I think, so, like, he could ensure his own safety. But I don't think he did that this time, so maybe you're right. Maybe they do want him alive for something. Like, maybe there is something about somewhere that's, like, important.
And he was their choice. Like, they don't want Lila. No offense to Lila, you're just not the chosen one right now. So I guess...
Exactly.
I think a part of it is the same certainty that they had on Blind Dates that he would come back. Because they were so certain, they were like, we're going to let you go because we know you're going to come back. I think it's the same thing.
Maybe they waited for him to come back. Yeah. Could be like, Lindsay sees there's nothing out there for him, you know? Or something like, maybe he can't give up this life.
Yeah.
And then he comes back. Or maybe they make it impossible for him to be a lawyer by any other firm. And then maybe he doesn't have a choice.
Because I feel like the fact that they didn't kill him really stood out to me. And I feel like there's got to be a reason for that.
Yeah.
You know.
Could be interesting if he came back. I really wanted Angel to give him a job. I was like, maybe he could come work for you.
That'd be so fun.
Could use some legal assistance, like, please.
And then get Kate too. I miss Kate so much.
Where the fuck is Kate? I swear
don't know.
to God, this bitch disappears every single time.
It's so annoying. She basically almost died. And I was like losing it. And then they're like, okay, bye-bye now. We'll see you like in I don't know how many freaking episodes.
I fucking knew it as well. I said it in my review or somewhere. I was like, I don't think we're going to see Kate for the next couple of episodes at least.
Listen, I thought her storyline was so big in that episode because I feel like it was such a profound thing. You know, just that whole storyline. And I was like, you know, we really got to explore this. I had hope. I trusted these Angel writers, and that's where I'm always wrong.
Exactly. I mean, I gave up hope after her dad died, and then we didn't see her for like 5 episodes. I was like, okay, so this, yeah.
So much lost potential. It pisses me off.
I know.
You know?
It annoys me because it feels like, because the way they're doing it, it feels like there's no fucking point to her character.
Yeah.
Like, she just randomly shows up. She has something momentous happen to her, and then she disappears. Like, we never have a time to like really sit with her and like have like watch her develop as a character and change.
And I feel like I never know
why is there what
is there smoke coming out of your camera?
My camera is a lot further away. Is that from my camera? Sorry about that. My laptop charger started to be set on fire. It melted a little bit, so I don't fucking know. Okay. Anyway, you were talking about Kate. Sorry for interrupting you.
When am I not? Oh, it's okay. I should be interrupted when I'm talking about Kate, otherwise we will never leave. But I guess like the gist, I think just what I wanted to say about Kate is just the fact that like I feel like it's really frustrating that I never know to what extent they're gonna take her character. I always feel like she has the potential to be like a series regular, and that she has the potential to, you know, be a really important character and really be in Angel Investigations. And I feel like they always shy away from it and never go there, and that's just frustrating to me because I love her and give her to me, Angel writers. Stop being cowards.
I agree completely.
That's it. They did talk about her and Doyle this episode, and so I feel like I had some like tears. Emotional tears.
I know.
But
Doyle.
That's fine.
Miss him.
Going back to Wolfram Hart, because my thoughts don't have to make coherent sense. What do you think made them want to choose Lindsay? Because I thought that was interesting.
I think he's just more competent in a way. Like, for example...
Ow.
Yeah, sorry Lila. But, I mean, they kind of showed it in this episode where basically Lindsay was, like, doodling, like, at the very beginning on his legal notepad. But then when they asked him a question, or, like, asked him and Lila a question, like, when is this meeting? Lila was, like, looking to see where it was scheduled, and Lindsay was just like, yeah, it's Thursday, 11 a.m., obviously. I think he's just, like, in a way, a better lawyer. Like, also, he was the one who came up with the idea for, like, whatever they were talking about, you know, like, should they go to trial or should they, like, admit guilt and then pay $500 million? Not a big deal, you know, casual chump change. And, you know, that way they get 20% of that, which is, like, what is that? Is that $100 million, right?
No. Oh, I don't know. I already forgot what the first number was.
Yeah, 500.
When you talk
500.
When you talk numbers, it goes in one ear and out the next. I'm like, that's a lot, sure.
So I think he's just better at his job than Lila. Like, Lila is really good too, and Lila puts a lot of effort in, as we saw her. Yeah. But I think maybe it comes more naturally to Lindsay to be a lawyer, and I think that's why they wanted him instead of her.
That's a really interesting point. And I feel like it's so relatable in the sense of, like, at least in high school, I definitely felt this way. I had friends who didn't need to study for tests, and they would do better than me. And I'd be like, how dare you? You know, it just came naturally to them, whereas me, I could stay up the whole night, and I still would not be able to get the same grade as they did. And I feel like maybe that's something similar in the sense of, like, sometimes you just have a knack for it, like I guess Lindsay does. And, you know, even though Lila can work for it more than Lindsay and she can work even harder, I guess she just doesn't have it the same way. But I feel like effort should count for something.
I'm
like,
sure
if she has more determination.
I mean, she got, like, super far, right? Because she is one of the top people at this firm now. But because of what happened with Drew and Darla, she ended up in this situation where she was unfortunately not good enough to be at the very top, but she couldn't stay where she used to be. And it's hard. But I think, it definitely sucks. Like, I get it from Lila's perspective. Like, she's actually putting so much effort into it. And I think from her perspective, Lindsay is just like a little bit of a slacker. And he's like, he went against the Wolfram Hart before, like, he was a traitor, and they still choose him. Like, that must suck so hard. But I kind of get it. Like, Lindsay is technically a little bit better at it.
I get that. Yeah, I think you're right. It's just so... It's interesting, though, because they still like her. Because the moment where he's like, no, you're giving it to Lila, they're like, okay. You know, it's not like they hate her or anything. Yeah, and I know that there was, like, a gun involved, sure. But it's interesting. I don't know, like, I wonder if they were actually, like, they went into that room with plans of killing her.
I think they did.
But then again, everything with Wolfram Hart is so purposeful. I feel like if they had the intention to kill her, they would have.
Maybe they just wanted to make sure, you know, that, like, everybody saw, this is what happens when you get fired, don't forget it. Yeah. It's like, we haven't fired anyone in a while, so let's do it this time. Make sure we have an audience so people remember what firing means at Wolfram Hart.
That's horrible. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yikes. Well, I just thought it was interesting, and I liked seeing Lindsay stand up for Lila. That's not something I was expecting, and I like that you could tell that he wasn't like bullshitting them either. He actually meant it, you know, when he said like, have you seen the hours she puts? You know, it was not just a sense of like he wanted to get out. He really just genuinely felt like she deserved it more, and I thought that was very genuine. Like, that reminds me of why I kind of love his character, you know?
Yeah, he's great. I love him.
Same.
There was actually one thing I wanted to talk about, and it's like Cordy's visions, and like how much of a toll they're taking on her. Like, that's so crazy to see. I'm very interested to see how this is gonna go in the future, because it seems like, or at least what Wesley was theorizing, is that she doesn't really get better until they solve it. So that's interesting, because I feel like we haven't really seen that happen so far.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I did think it was very interesting. I feel like a lot changed after the finale for Cordelia, you know, and I think that, like, I remember discussing it at the time, like, with my patrons, you know, people were like, this is a really, like, big thing for her, you know, like, the amount of pain that she felt. And I think it's interesting that I feel like the more she starts to care, the more it hurts, right? Because I feel like in the beginning, she was kind of taking Angel investigations, you know, just like, this is a job. And I feel like now it's starting to actually be more than that for her. And maybe that's why the visions are, like, you know, becoming harder. It's just that, like, she's caring about people more. Like, I don't know.
Oh, I love that, because my thing of it is fucking psychotic, because I thought that maybe because she let Harmony go in the previous episode, which is like from a viewer perspective, I love it because I love Harmony. I'm glad she's alive.
Yeah.
But like from in-universe, like Cordelia now is responsible for every single person Harmony is going to kill in the future. Like, she could have stopped her, but Harmony is definitely gonna kill again, right? Because she's a vampire. She's gonna have to feed.
No,
So I was thinking, what if it's like a punishment from the powers that be? That now not only does she get like the migraines, but she also feels it so much worse than she ever did before, because I feel like we haven't really seen that happen that much, right? Like, she hasn't been affected this much. Like, she always felt the pain or like whatever emotion, but it seemed like she got over it very quickly.
Yeah.
So unless, you know, they're like saying that it happened off screen, or like she wasn't showing it as much to us, but if it really is just starting now, if it's starting now, maybe. But I like yours more. I like yours more a lot. You're like so sweet.
I think yours
she cares, and I'm like, punishment. The difference.
I kind of feel like the punishment would make so. That does say a lot about us, I guess. I feel like punishments would be so interesting, but so horrible to be punished by the universe for.
Yeah.
But I don't think killing Harmony was the right choice. Okay, if people have to die, then they have to die. But at least Harmony's alive. Okay, there's a hierarchy of importance of people, you know.
Nameless extras, Harmony.
Exactly. You get it.
Yeah, I mean, as a viewer, I definitely get it. Because I love Harmony. Right? I'm so happy she's alive. Like, obviously, I want to see her again so badly. But in universe, that was not the move. That was definitely not the move by Cordelia.
Yeah. It is interesting, though, because you were saying, like, I wonder if we were seeing that off screen. But the way that they were talking about it really seemed like it was something new, you know. And I don't think we've ever seen Cordy, like, you know, we always see it as, like, a poignant pain of, like, it's really, really bad, and then it's over after a few seconds. And this time it felt a lot more constant. And in a way, I feel like that's worse, you know, because if you get, like, a really bad pain for, like, 5 seconds, it's over within 5 seconds and you're good. But if you get, like, a constant pain for, like, hours and hours on end, how are you supposed to do anything else with your life? You know, exactly. Like, that can be debilitating for her, and just, you know.
And I feel like it wasn't just, like, physical pain, but, like, also emotional pain, like, pain.
Yeah.
Like, she just looked so sad. Like, I'm assuming she felt something. Maybe she felt the pain of the people who were, like, locked up. Like, it wasn't even the guy who gouged his own eye out. Maybe because she was, like, feeling the pain of the eye, which belonged to the person who's, like, theirs. So that could also be it, because she just looked so sad. So I think that could also be a possibility, that she just tuned into those people who were, like, stuck.
Yeah, it was definitely a different side to Cordelia, because I feel like she's always the comedic relief, and she's kind of always, like, fun. And upbeat, and then now actually getting to see her have to really be in pain over these visions that she never even wanted, you know, because I remember at first she was like, you know,
yeah,
no,
Doyle was like, give
but,
it back. Why would he do this to me?
Yeah. You know, but it's interesting to see that, like, I don't know. I feel like she's changing a lot, and I really like it. She's such a great character.
I know.
She's
I
my
love her
fave.
too.
I love her. I love her. But anyways, it was really good to see you. I hope you have fun with the rest of all that's, you know, that's to come. And
Yeah,
stuff.
I know. The episodes.
Yep.
Yep.
We're heading to Buffy now.
Last 4 episodes of the season.
That's so crazy. I don't want to finish season 5, but that's a whole other spiral that I'm just not ready to deal
Let's
with
not talk
today.
about that. Yeah, let's not talk about
I don't. Yeah. Anyways, we're fine. Have fun. It was lovely to see you. Had lots of fun in the discussion. Make sure you go to both of our channels or subscribe on Patreon or whatever the hell you want to do. Yes, that's my Yeah.
Thank you. Perfect. Bye.
It was great to see you. See you soon.
Bye.
Hi friends, I'm back for a quick second just to wrap things up on my own. Hope you guys had fun with that. I did, yet again. So hard not to talk about spoilers. I feel like it gets harder every time and I don't notice how many spoilers I know until I'm talking to Lexi and I'm like, oh, I guess I do know some spoilers. It's always nice to be able to actually talk to somebody. Feels very good considering I'm so used to doing this alone. I just feel like I'm talking to nobody and it's kind of sad. Let me read the title of the next... I feel like I'm missing something. I feel like there was something else I wanted to say. Oh yeah, maybe I was just going to talk about Lindsay and the fact that, like, I do think he's coming back, right? Because I feel like I remembered him from before, so that means that he's got to come back, but I'm honestly not sure to what extent. Because I feel like I remember Lila more than Lindsay, but I'm not sure because everything gets more mushy and mushy in my brain the more time passes. So anyways, let's read the title of the next episode. It is called Belonging. And once again, I think, how can I make this about Darla and Drusilla? They don't belong because they are vampires. Realistically, what could belonging be? I feel like belonging just sort of reminds me of, like, I don't know, heritage, like family, somebody being an outsider, which I feel like could be anybody. This doesn't even make sense when I say it in my head. I feel like belonging sounds like more of a Monster of the Week title than Dead End. Dead End feels more mysterious, bigger. Belonging feels like it could be a little bit more of like a Monster of the Week done by the end of the episode kind of thing, but who knows? All I know is I am praying for some Darla, Drusilla, Faith, Kate, 204 lady appearances, so I guess I'm just gonna have to keep watching to see. I'll try and come up with some better predictions, but we all know that's never gonna happen. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you had fun and I will see you then.